Hello, Raiders. Let's take a look where we're at today. We are on the daily logins. As you can see, we have hit day 22. Hopefully, by the time you see this, it'll be day 23. Kind of big news is this 1,000 energy and this soon to be the next 500 here will really kind of move us along. Still actively targeting High Katoon as the thing we're looking forward to the next. Don't know if I mentioned in the last video, but we were able to push through and get enough fragments to summer Dunkul or Sabitha. Since then, we've gone ahead and moved up and booked her. Have found her to be quite effective, having a res, having defense up, having block damage, having increased attack, doing a little bit of heal. Hey, she's been pretty good. Pretty good. It's HP in all battles. It's actually a better aura than Kale. So running those two as a pair, pretty effective. No real change in gear on Kale or where we're at. We also did go ahead and ascend Alice up to rank 5. We do not have a amulet for her. That'll be on the hunt list for the next spider tournament. Other than that, just kind of plodding along. No huge updates today. Just wanted to share. Obviously, that the Sabitha is a big deal and kind of just give you an update on where we are. Again, focus for this channel is going to be making sure that we don't get champions that you cannot get on a free-to-play normally. So again, we will not be seeing Monkey King or anything like that. So if you're looking for other stuff like the higher end stuff, there's plenty of YouTubers out there. Just want to keep this one for the people that don't have all these codes and things like that to get the free champs. We'll comment. Hey, I accidentally summoned my only sacred. Just a fluke accident. I hit it. I thought it was on mystery shard trying to get one or two. Pulled. Where is she? Hey, Carolina. Anyway, won't be using her, so we're gonna put her in the vault. Things I did want to comment on is as we've progressed, it's become pretty important that we can get to the point where we're doing the rare faction guardians. Things are gonna start popping up. We got lizard men. These are, as I get these, I'm filling them in. You can see the ones that are kind of highlighted here and not grayed out do have something in them, so I've got a couple of these. And this is why we're saving the rares. When we get to Dark Elves, which is what we're running with Kale, you can see I've got a couple Spirit Hosts here, looking to get a couple more. Obviously 10% HP is good, and if I keep farming that portion of the campaign, eventually this will fill up. And these are big for a free-to-play account. Again, won't focus too much on the epics because it'll be a while before we see those, and we'll see where we get on that front. That's quite a ways down the road. Have got a couple void shards, doing pretty good on the ancients. Just again, we've only ever pulled 10. I am regularly pulling the mystery shards though, as I start to save up to try to 5-star Kale. So you can see we're up to 3 champions, well 2 plus the chicken here. And if we look at upgrading, I actually have enough stored up to do one more. So that gets us, we only need one after that. And then if we look, I'm on the fence about whether or not to sacrifice Crusader, because I can get, ultimately I just need 2 more 4-star champions. If I did that, I'd have enough to 6-star Kale. So we'll see where we end up. Currently just working on that. Inside the sparring pit, just feeding up champs there. You can see trying to get them at the same time. Getting close. That'll be another chicken there. I'm going to call it another food champ. This one will keep free to play, and that will put our roster, if we look, for obviously the only legendary we'll have is Alice. Still great champ, no books. And then we kind of, again, you got to keep her out of it. Carlinia here, we won't be using her. If you guys want me to, leave a comment, I will. But we're quite a ways away. And again, I did go through and use some of my books here because on missions, that is what came up. It was fully book up a rare. And then on the clan quests, when we look at those, I did go ahead and finish mine. And I had a couple, and it was fully book a rare champion, then fully book an epic champion. Took the rewards I got from that to the clan shop, purchased some silver, That allowed us to go ahead and finish some of the missions, which take an item up to rank 16. So coming up here in 2 days, we will move on to the Force Keep, which should be a slam dunk. We can do that, coming on Friday, and then moving back to missions, we'll have a pretty good advancement. Actually, I think we're going to be able to go ahead and we'll power through the Void one as well. I already have the arena saved up for this. Masteries will just be a trip to Minotaur, no problem, which then move us into the Fire Knight. And so that's a pretty good move, a pretty good progression, I should say, not a move. Almost to the halfway mark to getting Arbiter, and that's not bad for being 3 weeks into an account. What does that put us? Loosely, I imagine at the 2-month mark we'll have Arbiter, who will replace Haikatoon, and that's kind of the roadmap of where we are. On tournaments, I have, like I mentioned last time, did put a lot of effort into the Dragon tournament, poured a lot of energy into that because it was a multiple, I think it was ×2 on speed gear. Now I'm just focused on the Queen's Fury again. You can see I got some points here. No expectations of posting high. Not going to have that at this rate. If I even finish in the top 10, that'll be wonderful. 123 points just from dailies. I did stop and move back into campaign and focusing in here. I'm just doing Durham Forest. I'm doing stage 9 in hopes that I can get that 5-star drop there, and it is random. And just a reminder, if you're doing the boss level, there is a chance for rare gear as well. Really what I'm hoping for is more Spirit Hosts and then more of the Greybeard here, because both of these champions we will use. And I want to fill up my Faction Guardians there, which takes us to the last thing, which is in Faction Wars. You can see I'm actually progressing. On Dark Elves, I've beat the first boss. I'm all the way up to stage 9. I can beat that. Now I can't 3-star it. That's way down the road. But this is going to slowly get us some gems and get us some materials for crafting some gear in the forge, which will be critical. And then, hey, when you look at these, this is what I'm fighting with, guys. This is rare champions. They have almost no gear. And you can get 1 or 2. What does that get you? Let me move here and we'll check out where we are on gems, and you can just start to see I'm starting to get some glyphs, and when we get a really great piece of gear, we'll drop some stuff into that. Just building up my resources so that if I hit a hurdle and I haven't quite been able to get past something, sometimes these glyphs will get me there. I'm not worried about it now, but we will get there. But again, I'm just trying to build up my resources. Gems up to 450, which is great. Again, I'm going to try to build as much as I can. Looking forward to the next fusion, and these are going to be the resources that we're hoarding. I need to start saving some silver, but I did burn a bunch again on a mission. Nothing on the near future about needing to upgrade anything. So with that said, I'm pretty excited. I think we'll be able to fuse Justicar. That was what I wanted to get to. When we look here, the next big roadblock will be fusing Justicar, and I think I've mentioned it pretty much in every one. When we get into the fusions and we go look, where do we get Justicar? Right here, right? So we've been saving. I have a Spirit Host, right? You can see I have not gotten a Diabolist yet, and I have not gotten a War Maiden. So we will transition into campaign, right? And starting to go get those. I think I talked about this before, but if I hadn't, you're going to have to jump in here and get these champions, right? You're going to get War Maiden here. We're going to get her from the Deadlands. And Diabolist, trying to remember where she is. I want to say, yeah, right here on Brimstone. And Diabolist is a great champ too. So eventually, as we transition, move back to Brutal, I've gotten to the point now with my dynamic duo. Let's see if we can do it. I will go ahead here and show you. I think we can get to the point where these two together, we will swap them, should be able to duo moving forward quite a few more levels here and start getting us some more stars. So there's kind of an ebb and flow where you are on what you can get done, and just kind of go with what you've got. As soon as this little battle, go ahead and show you again the stats on Kale and on Alice. because not a lot has changed in the last 3 or 4 days. There's no reason to go through and re-gear your champions all the time. Even if you get a great piece of gear, you're probably going to want to chill and wait. And we're back just into, 3 or 4 days after the last situation, the last event where we're chasing. We want to just hoard those resources. Yeah, you can see I'm back to 3-starring. Don't have the energy, but from here, I will go ahead and progress, try to 3-star as many as I can, and I am going to work towards the Deadlands and Brimstone. Now, Brimstone, when you're watching these videos, a lot of times you're going to heal people. You want to level your champions in 12-3 brutal. That's the most efficient silver farm, and we are working on that. Once we 6-star Kale, right, which will be here in the next, few days, really, would be my guess, that will unlock amulets. Well, we've already got amulets. We'll unlock a banner for us, and click here, go here. What do we have? Well, the good news is we've already got some pinpoint ones waiting for us. Really nice accuracy banner, no speed, but that will be great for us. It will move us forward. We will get the bonus from here of an additional 10% speed. And truth be told, I may be able to get rid of this. Nope, I've just got those. No ring. May end up putting the blood shield ring on that we got from a CBC. Looking for some feedback. If you guys don't want me to do that because it was CBC and you may not have that, let me know. You probably have something better on your account, but you can see I'm still running lifesteal. No major upgrades there. We've gotten 4 pieces up to 16. Again, no glyphs. We're waiting for challenges for that. When those pop up, we'll use those resources then. Not a great amulet, not a great ring. We could probably upgrade there, but that'll come. We're not ready for Spider. Once we 6-star Kale, though, we will be. That'll do a lot of things for us in dungeons. One, we're already doing stage 11 Dragon, which is always a 4-star gear. That's great. Times aren't horrible. Times aren't great. Minute half isn't bad. Could we progress? Maybe. No need to do that yet. Once we 6-star, we should be able to probably progress to hopefully 10 on Spider. Going to be a tough ask, but we're going to push for that once we get our 6-star. Fire Knight, you can see we haven't done much on either. Again, we'll take another run at that now that our champions are significantly better. One could make an argument to start doing it now to gather some Savage gear, but for us, don't really see a need. With the speed tune we have now, you can see we're already pushing for silver 3. That'll be fine. Tag team still in bronze 1. Again, what I'm looking for there, anybody with this kind of a defense, right? Somebody I can beat. That's a maybe. All of these are maybes. So I'm trying to put my best team against the easy wins. We'll leave Dark L hanging alone there. At 6-star 60, she'll probably just smoke us in one shot. Just to give you an idea. And again, I'm just breaking up the champions here to give me a fighting chance to get 2 out of 3 victories. And that's all we're looking for. Perfect. Boom. 2 out of 3, get some gold bars. Why? Because eventually I go into the bazaar and you can see I'm up to 838 bars. We're collecting these fragments here. Because they're going to be coming in when we get into our fusions, right? I'm going to need these for Relic Keeper at some point. Or I think it's Broadmaw. We're going to be required to fuse Broadmaw. We're going to be required to fuse Relic Keeper. We're going to be required to do Justicar. So when you fuse them, save them. The rest of these we'll pick up along the way. Rosin, he's not that great. He will be free to play, hopefully between now and whenever we get him. He'll get a rework because his A3 is terrible on the cooldown. Keeping my eyes peeled for some of these. Again, if we get these, we will keep them. How do I know if they are going to be something we want to keep? Again, it's this little swirly icon. As we get these, I save them. You can see I've stocked up quite a few. And you say, well, why do you need so many? The reason being is there'll be champ chases coming down the pipeline when we are going to start working on doing fusions where we can repeat some of these fusions, right? Broadmaw you can do over and over and over. Relic Keeper you can do over and over and over. These are repeatable fusions, so we want repeatable fusions, so we want to keep these champions so that we can do it and get some extra points in champ chase. Hey, so I think that's it for the video. Oh, look, we got another one here. Go to campaign, see how far we can advance. Again, I'm just trying to collect these 3 stars, moving her up to the front, using Kale. You know, if Kale gets smoked, she should be able to res him. Hopefully they don't kill her first. I've got her tuned up in speed above Kale. Gives him that attack up, gives him that defense up. Theoretically, that little bit will keep him alive a little more. And does he benefit from it other than survivability? No, but at this point, trying to collect these 3 stars, that is important to us. As you just watch along here, nothing special. You're probably sick to death of farming campaigns by now, but you should be able to begin progressing it, and we're really working for that 12-3 brutal. Okay, that's what we got for you today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the short video, trying to keep them short, and thank you very much for watching. If you like, click subscribe, and we'll see you next time.